Welcome to the Witchy Work Wishes podcast, a place to find your weekly inspiration for bringing your personal witchcraft practice into your business, work, and office. Welcome to Witchy Work Wishes, and welcome to episode number 118, The Power of Numerology. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just as I said that, this episode's number adds up to the power of one. Okay, here we go. Frickin' on point. What a great way to start today. All right, before I begin, I do want to take a quick moment for some things I did over the weekend in my own personal practice and some Witchy Work Wishes housekeeping updates. I am going to zip pretty quickly through this intro as I have yet again gone a little bit long with the main recording. I'm on some type of roll with that one. Okay, the weekend. Oh my goodness. It was a big cleaning and cleansing weekend for me. With the holidays over and my boys on their way back to their out-of-state colleges, well, for me, it was time to get the house tidied up. And I did, like full force did. It was not just that, brush over with a cloth type weekend. It was the whole thing. So everything got touched and tended to. What I have not done is my 2025 goals yet. But you know what? This weekend was not the time. It might have been. It might have been good if I had, started on Saturday with maybe a different vibe, a different theme, with that 111 portal. But you know what? For me, I am so heavily tied to the moon. And well, you know what? She was finishing up her waxing stage right before our Cancer full moon, our wolf moon. That is on Monday the 13th. And for me, it just was not time to slow down and plan out my 2025. So the waning moon is, right? The dark moon is for me. But this past weekend, nope. It was not the time. I'll tell you though, what I did do was use the Mars energy that is, I don't know, you guys like coming in like a wrecking ball for us Cancers, and harnessed the energy I needed for it. So that in combo with the Cancer full moon energy of the 13th, I'm feeling pretty good about my manifestations right now. I am recording this over the weekend, so I do have some very specific stuff that I want to do on Monday evening, but I'll get into that moon stuff at the end of the episode when I normally review the moon update for this week with you. What I wanted to do originally, what I had planned was to record this episode on Saturday, January 11th and tie into the 111 portal. But no, you guys, so right now it's Sunday morning. Yesterday I tried like 6 times, literally more than 6 probably. And I ended up giving up and going back to my cleaning. That is where I was supposed to be with the 111 energy. And if, looking ahead to calendar dates and portals like this is new for you, basically the January 11th portal is tied to powerful manifestation energy and aligning, with your higher self. Now, the calendar date featuring, the repeating ones, 111, it's seen as a gateway to, new beginnings, clarity, and some type of good alignment with your purpose. So for whatever reason, I needed to be organized on this date. I needed to focus on my home and hearth and having everything in its place. So I did. I naturally went with the flow. Now, if you want to look ahead to some other dates, February 22nd, I think is a big one. That's going to focus on, balance and harmony, partnership, and the divine alignment. So the repeating 2s in this calendar date, 222, it's going to amplify its spiritual and manifestational power, giving us like that opportunity to align with the energy of cooperation and trust and, the universe's timing. I know August is another really big one, so much so it's even been given a name. That one's called the Lion's Portal. That happens on August 8th. But for me, oh gosh, this past weekend, while my goals are still being drafted, it was not time for me to complete them. Instead, I used my full moon energy, got my affairs in order, got my home tended to, and I focused more on the home and hearth side of my practice, which, to me is one of my core loves. To be a home and hearth witch to me means centering my magical and spiritual practices around my home, around my family, and my day in and day out life. So, this specific path of witchcraft is deeply rooted in creating a sacred, harmonious space and, weaving my magic into everyday tasks. It really is about honoring the hearth as the, spiritual and energetic heart of my home, symbolizing that warmth and protection and nourishment. Those are all big things for me. I know I mentioned my amazing Hecate sourdough starter that is absolutely thriving. She has so much life in her. So this morning, before I jumped on the recording equipment here, I started 2 loaves of sourdough bread that are rising as we speak. I also, oh my gosh, okay, so I also have a bunch of castor oil and homemade rosemary potion in my hair right now to, to nourish my scalp and head and my hair until I take my shower tonight. So that is going to be soaking in all day long. I think it's really good that this is not a visual platform. So I know I look a little silly right now, but that is my weekend. It is it is right where I needed to be. So I wanted to put that little disclosure into, like, as much as I'm talking about all these amazing dates and numbers and sequences in today's episode, sometimes you just have to do what feels right for the moment. And for me, it was not working with the 111 portal, or I don't know, maybe I did. Honestly, I think I was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, let's see. Witchy work wishes. Now, if you love tuning into this podcast and the inspiration and guidance and witchy vibes that we share here, I have a small but powerful request. Your support means the world to me, and there are a few simple ways that you can help this podcast grow and reach more like-minded souls. First one is definitely going to be to join me on Patreon, where we get to, dive deeper into the magic. There are multiple levels there that you can join me on, where you'll get access to exclusive monthly oracle card draws, monthly work motivation, journal prompts, tea recipes, and a monthly spell, all that are tailored for the Witchy Work Wishes family. Plus, you will be directly supporting the creation of this podcast and keeping the magic alive. Second one is just to share the podcast. If you know somebody who loves witchy wisdom, spell work tips, or, that magical motivation, if you could share witchy work wishes with them, I would be so honored and so grateful. Spread the word and help grow our circle. And then third is to like and rate the episodes. You can show a little love by hitting that like button and leaving a review. Your feedback not only fuels my motivation, but it also makes it easier for others to find and enjoy the podcast. I promise your support isn't just appreciated, it really is transformative. Together, we are building an even more vibrant and magical community here at Witchy Work Wishes. And you know what? The website, if you guys want to look ahead to see what's coming up, what I have slated, anything going on in general, the website is still probably the easiest way just to see, like, everything. I'm definitely on different platforms, many different platforms of social media. So if that's easier for you, whatever your favorite outlet is, just search for Witchy Work Wishes and see if I pop up. All right, numbers. Today we are diving into a topic that really is as ancient as the stars and as mystical as the universe itself, numerology. Have you ever wondered why, I don't know, like certain numbers seem to follow you everywhere, or why your birth date feels like it holds a secret meaning? Well, numerology is the sacred art of numbers and their energetic vibrations. It's a tool that we have used for centuries to unlock hidden truths about ourselves and the world around us. Now, in this episode, I'm going to explore the power of numbers, how they guide our paths, reveal our life purposes, and even help us manifest our dreams. I'm going to break down what numerology actually is, how it works, and how you can use it in your magical practice, whether it's through your personal life path number, the energies of the days maybe, or even your spell work. So get ready to decode the magical messages and numbers, align with their energy, and harness their power to elevate your life and your craft. Grab your journal, grab your favorite cup of tea. You know what? Maybe grab a calculator. It is time to make the numbers work their magic. Let's dive in. Numerology. At its core, it is the metaphysical study of numbers and their influence on various aspects of our life. It is based on the belief that numbers have a deep spiritual significance and can provide insight into personality traits, life paths, relationships, and even our future events. Numerologists analyze the numbers associated with your name, with your birth date, or other key, life elements to interpret their energetic vibrations and meanings. Numerologists are basically going to have 6 core concepts that they tie into. First one's going to be life path number. Second one is expression, or that destiny number. Third one is our soul's urge, our heart's desire number. Fourth is personality number. Fifth is personal year cycle. And then 6 is going to be tied into master numbers like, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, things like that. Okay, so 6 core things that numerologists use. Life path number. This is going to be calculated from your date of birth, and it represents your core essence, your purpose, and the path that you are meant to follow in life. For the destiny number, this is basically going to be derived from the letters in your full birth name, and it's going to reveal your natural talents, abilities, and your potential. The heart's desire number, this is going to be calculated from the vowels in your name, and it delves into like your inner desires, your true motivations, and your true core self. The personality number, this one numerologists base on the consonants in your name. So this number actually reflects how others perceive you. The personal year cycle, I believe this one is actually a number that changes annually, and numerologists are going to use this to highlight like the themes in our lives, the challenges and the opportunities for that specific year. And then the master numbers, they're going to pull those, again, like the 11, 22, 33, basically tying into the powerful and spirituality significance of them, often indicating, heightened intuition, like I just said for the 111 portal, responsibility, or some type of enlightenment. Now, numerology is often used as a tool for self-discovery to help our personal growth and, to help us make informed decisions. It can guide individuals in understanding patterns in their lives and aligning with their higher purpose. While not rooted in scientific evidence, it is valued by many for its symbolic and intuitive approach to interpreting life's mysteries. So people are going to use numerology in various practical and spiritual ways to honestly just enhance their day-to-day lives. It can help guide decisions and bring clarity to us. It can help create alignment with our personal goals or our life events. So typical ways, I think maybe like more general day in and day out use of numerology is used would be like understanding personal energies. So life path insights. People can align their daily activities or even like their career choices with the traits and strengths of their life path number. The personal year forecasting, right? We can look ahead and see what themes are coming up. Is it going to be a growth year? Is it going to be a rest year? Is it going to be a big transformation year? But the personal year number is going to help us look ahead. We can use it for daily planning. The daily numerology number, this is going to be basically reducing the digits of the current year. So let's say January 5th, 2025, right? For that, it's going to be 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, right? That equals 15. We have to reduce 15 down, so 1 plus 5 equals 6. So for that specific day, that actual January 5th day, we could interpret the energy to be like a day of 6, which is going to encourage us for nurturing and, family connections. We can use numerology for our, just timing decisions, right? When to start new projects, when to make significant purchases or even plans. We can use numerology for relationships. There's a compatibility sequence where numerology can help us understand the dynamics of relationships by comparing life path numbers, by comparing soul urge numbers, or honestly, by comparing personality numbers. We can also use it just to improve our own communication. Knowing your partner's or your best friend's number can shed light into their motivations and their personal preferences, which is going to help us communicate with them. We can use numerology for personal growth. This is going to help with like journaling or meditation. And, for that one, I would tap into like soul urge numbers or our expression numbers to stay connected with our authentic selves. Then we can use it for personal growth with setting intentions. Numerology can inspire meaningful affirmations or intentions that resonate with specific numerical energies. I always love tying work stuff into this. So career and finances, absolutely. Numerology can help. How about finding a purpose, right? We can align career choices with our destiny numbers or even with our business decisions, right? Day in and day out business decisions. I think some people will choose launch dates or maybe pricing based on numerological significance. Numerology can be used for manifestation and rituals. We can use it to reinforce our energies. People often are going to use numbers for affirmations, such as repeating an intention 3 times or 9 times. And then everybody's got like those lucky numbers, right? Incorporating your lucky number into everyday life, such as in phone numbers, addresses, or account numbers. And then our home environment, I definitely think numerology can play a part here. House numbers are a big one. Interpreting the energy of your personal home with the address, the numerical, address to kind of understand its impact on your life. Maybe creating harmony, like adjusting your decor and energy flow to align with favorable numerological influences. So by integrating numerology in just to our day in and day out routines, I think we have another powerful tool to help us feel more in tune with our own intentions and the universe's rhythms. For many, I think this extra step, this extra tool helps to make life, like a little bit more aligned with our witchcraft practices. We can integrate numerology into our practices by using the energetic vibrations of numbers to enhance our spells, to enhance our rituals and our daily magical workings. So numerology offers a very, very structured way to align magical intentions with universal energies, creating a deeper resonance between intention and manifestation. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, I have pulled some ways that we can incorporate the power of numerology into our crafts. But before I jump into those, I want to review what each number represents in this field. So in numerology, each number from 1 to 9, as well as certain like master numbers that, 11, 22, 33, they carry their own unique energy and meaning. So the number 1, this is the leader, right? It's about independence, new beginnings, individuality, ambition, and confidence. The energy with the leader and the number 1 symbolizes pioneering spirit, like initiative and self-reliance. It is the number of creation and action. The darker side, the shadow side to the number 1 can be some indications of maybe stubbornness, selfishness, or loneliness. Okay, number 2. This is like the diplomat. It's about balance, partnership, harmony, cooperation, and sensitivity. The number 2 brings energy that, represents that duality. It represents relationships and the ability to bring people together peacefully. Dark side of the number 2, shadow side, can signify like indecisiveness, dependency, or being overly emotional. All right, number 3. This is our creative number. This is about expression, creativity, communication, joy, and optimism. The number 3 really brings energy that vibrates themes of artistic talents, of social connection, and personal growth. The darker side, shadow side of number 3, this can indicate superficiality, right? That scattered energy or possibly overindulgence. All right, number 4. This is our builder number. Number 4 is about stability, structure, hard work, discipline, and practicality. The energy here it's going to embody strong foundations, responsibility, and long-term planning. Darker side, number 4, the builder, can lead to being rigid, being stubborn, or having lack of imagination. All right, number 5, the adventurer. The adventurer is about freedom and change, adaptability, curiosity, and versatility. Energy here with the adventurer, it's really about exploration, our personal growth through new experiences, and embracing the unknown. Darker side, the number 5 can lead to restlessness, maybe some impulsiveness or lack of direction. Okay, let's see. Number 6. This is the nurturer. Number 6 is about love and family, responsibility. It's about harmony and compassion. The energy here really is going to resonate with caretaking, being, domestic and fostering relationships. Darker side, shadow side of number 6, the nurturer, it can result in being overprotective and maybe like a little bit of interference. All right, number 7. This is got this seeker energy. So number 7 is about spirituality, introspection, wisdom, analysis, and mysticism. The energy here really is going to represent inner growth, like intellectual exploration and, being connected to the divine. The darker side of number 7 and that seeker energy, can manifest as isolation, a bit of skepticism maybe, or being overly critical. 8, this is our powerhouse. The energy of number 8 really is about ambition, success, material wealth. It's about authority and balance. Energy here really does embody leadership, financial mastery, and the ability to manifest abundance. Darker side can be, maybe have like a little greediness, a little bit of arrogance, or a loss of emotional connection. Okay, number 9, our last one. This really is about the humanitarian. The number 9 is about compassion, selflessness. It's about endings. It's about universal love and spiritual awareness. The energy here really does encourage letting go, helping others, and embracing more of like a global consciousness. Darker side, the number 9 humanitarian can lead to being maybe like a little bit overly idealistic, self-sacrificing, or being emotionally drained. Okay, so those are our main numbers. We've got the leader, which is the power of number 1. We've got the diplomat energy, that's the power of number 2. We've got that creative energy, which is the power of 3. The builder energy, which is the power of 4. The adventurer power, which is the number of 5. The nurturer, our number 6. The seeker, our number 7. That powerhouse energy for the number of 8. And the humanitarian energy with the number 9. In addition to those, though, you guys, numerologists are going to use what they call master numbers. It's like amplified energies. So the first one is going to be 11, the 1-1. This really has a lot of visionary aspects to it. It's about intuition, enlightenment, spiritual insight and creativity. The energy with 11 really represents the heightened sensitivity, like visionary ideas and some type of possible spiritual awakening. It can bring some nervous energy, some self doubt, or being overwhelmed, but it really is about intuition, enlightenment, spiritual insight, and creativity. All right, number 22 is going to bring kind of like that master builder energy. Keywords here are going to be manifestation, like practicality, achievement, something for building on the collective. The energy with the master builder 22 really combines dreams with some type of action, creating a legacy or large scale impact. Now, this can indicate fear of failure sometimes, being overworked or being overly controlling. But again, Master Builder for 22 really is about manifestation and practicality. 33 is the Master Teacher. So keywords here are going to be like compassion, spiritual guidance, healing, and enlightenment. So energy with the Master Teacher and the number 33 really represents like unconditional love, teaching through example and higher consciousness. It can bring feelings of being overburdened, maybe a little bit of perfectionism or neglecting personal space. But again, the core is going to be that master teacher, 3-3, compassion, spiritual guidance. All right, each number holds profound energy that can guide self-discovery, relationships, and our own personal growth. So when working with numerology, I think it is helpful to look at both the positive and the shadow aspects to find balance. I am so big on this one. I know I've mentioned it before in previous podcasts. The pendulum swings to both sides. And when something, life, whatever it is out of balance, it will be heavily skewed to one side. And it was going to have to swing back to find balance until it settles in the center. Now, if you just ask the question, is this the same thing as angel numbers like 111, 222, or 333? The answer is kind of. Angel numbers are also called like spiritual numbers, like repeating numbers, sacred numbers even. They may even be called divine codes. They are all closely tied to numerology and draw from its principles. Angel numbers are sequences of repeating numbers believed to carry spiritual messages from angels or the universe or some type of higher energy. Maybe it's your spirit guides, deities even. Numerology provides the foundational meanings for those numbers, but angel numbers, I think they're often seen as messages of guidance, right? Of encouragement or confirmation in response to your thoughts, feelings, or actions. How do angel numbers relate to numerology? Well, I think angel numbers use the vibrational energies of the single digits in numerology. For example, like 1, right? New beginnings, individuality, manifestation. 2, balance, relationships, harmony. 3, creativity, communication, growth. Now, repetition is going to amplify that energy. So angel numbers, the repetition of digits like 111, it magnifies their power and their significance. It signals maybe a more urgent or impactful message. And then it could give you some divine connection, right? Angel numbers are seen as signs of alignment with universal energies. They're often going to be linked to your personal numerology chart, such as like your life path or your soul urge number. Right, maybe real fast, I'm going to pull what the angel numbers are and their meanings, just so you have it as something to reference to. Common angel numbers are going to be taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, the single digit numbers plus I think 000 in the power of 3. So 111, manifestation and new beginnings. This is going to be your thoughts aligning with your reality. Focus on positive intentions. 222, balance and harmony. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Have patience and have faith. 333, It's about growth and divine support. The universe is truly encouraging you to express yourself and embrace your creative potential. 444, stability and protection. This is your guides reassuring you of their presence and support. 555, it's about change and transformation. A period of major life shifts where you get the opportunity to embrace what is coming ahead. 666, it's about balance and perspective. Maybe reassess your thoughts if you get this message, reassess your actions, focus on harmony between the spiritual and the material. 777, this usually is looked at as some type of spiritual enlightenment. Acknowledge your spiritual path and continue seeking deeper understanding. If you see 888, you get 888. This is absolutely a message from the guides about abundance and success. It's positive financial or possibly material changes that are on the horizon for you. 999, this is about completion and release. Endings are making way for new beginnings, so let go of the past. And then 000 is another common, angel number. It really is about infinite possibilities. And it's a little reminder about your connection to universal energy and cycles of creation. Okay, those are the angel numbers. How can we use them in our practice? A nice way probably is going to be meditation and reflection, right? When you see an angel number like that, pause, acknowledge, right? Reflect on your thoughts or feelings at that moment. The numbers meaning might align with your current focuses or your current challenges. We can use it for journaling, right? Record when and where you see an angel number to uncover patterns or maybe some reoccurring messages. And then use angel numbers just like with your intentional actions, right? Use the guidance from these numbers to set intentions, shift your mindset, or maybe, validate decisions. So I don't want to dive too deep on this one, but it does truly tie into numerology, so I think it's worth talking about. And we all have those moments, right, of seeing 111 on the clock or 222. So it matters. I really do think it matters. While angel numbers are not strictly numerology, they do tap into and share in its principles and offer a more, like intuitive and spiritual way to connect with the energy of numbers. So many people, in their spiritual practices use both numerology and angel numbers to enhance their practices and, just help stay aligned with the universal energies. Okay, let's get back to the witchy side of things. As a witch, I like the process of weaving the ancient art of numerology into my practice. I really do look at it like little threads of a mystical tapestry, binding the unseen and the seen together. It is just another layer to my personal practice that I have incorporated over the years. And like you, numbers speak to me. I envision them when whispering their vibrations into my rituals and guiding my intentions with precision. When I cast a spell, I honor the sacred energy of the numbers I choose, right? Lighting 3 candles for creativity, arranging crystals in a circle of 7 for spiritual insight, or chanting affirmations 9 times to manifest my deepest desires. Numerology is more than just a tool. It really is a bridge to the universe's rhythm, It helps me to align my craft with the currents of destiny. So each number, it's a key, unlocking deeper layers of meaning, whether it's, the timing of my rituals, maybe the symbols I carve into my sigils, or the way I honor the sacred cycles of life. It's this dance. It's this very dance with numbers that helps me feel, the universe is kind of echoing back my intentions, like reminding me that magic is everywhere, even in the patterns of digits. So let's talk about how we can incorporate numerology into our crafts. First one, I think, is crafting intentional spell work. Numerical correspondences are going to Use numbers that align with your magical intention. For example, I mentioned 1, new beginnings, right? Leadership, self-improvement. 3, use that one for creativity, communication, and growth. Use the number 7 for introspection, intuition, and spiritual connection. Then when you're crafting, your spell work, tie in repetition. Chant mantras or, perform actions a specific number of times to match the desired energy. Like, for example, repeating affirmations 9 times for manifestation or 3 times for creativity. We can choose auspicious timing, right? Grab the numerological dates. Align rituals with dates that really do resonate numerologically with your intention. For instance, a calendar date that reduces to the number 8, right? It's going to be excellent to do a spell or some type of ritual for abundance and success. Personal day numbers, those are great for our timing and calculating the day's numerology to help choose the best timing for rituals or energy work. We can use this energy to enhance ritual tools. Numerical symbols is going to be good here. Incorporate symbols or arrangements of your tools to reflect desired numbers. For example, you can use or place like 5 candles in a pentagram for protection or transformation. You can use 7 crystals in a circle for spiritual awakening or, that deep meditation. And you can definitely charge your objects with numerology. I think it's a great way to enhance our tools. Charge items with intentions using a specific number of repetitions, of movements, or breaths. We can use numerology to work with deities and spirits. Sacred numbers are a big one. Research the numbers associated with your chosen deity or spirit, and then incorporate them into offerings or rituals. For instance, Hecate resonates with the number 3, right? So using triads in her work is powerful. And, numerical patterns. Call upon spirits or energies a specific number of times to honor their vibrational alignment. We can use numerology in our practices with sigils and symbols. Incorporate your intentions, numerical value into the creation of sigils. For example, if your word reduces to the number 5, use 5 lines or 5 points in the design. We can use it for magical squares, right? Use numerology-based magic squares like planetary squares to amplify energy. We can use numerology in our practices by aligning with our personal numbers. Life path work. Oh my gosh, you guys, this one is tailored to your magical workings. And to align with your life path number means amplifying that personal growth and success for you. We can grab that soul urge number for our rituals. Focus on fulfilling deep desires tied to your own personal soul urge number through rituals or meditative practices. We can use numerology in herbal magic. Yep, you actually can. The numerical properties of herbs can be used by, corresponding to specific numbers, like the 3-leaf clover, right? That one's for luck. Work with plants that grow in clusters of 7 for psychic insight. There's lots of things we can do with herbs. Divination and spell work is a big one for bringing numerology in. We can do tarot, right? Combine tarot and numerology for deeper insight. For example, like focus on 7 of Pentacles for patience and growth in your financial matters. Spell validation is nice for numerology. We can use it to assess whether our spell components align energetically with our intentions. I think we can use numerology in creating sacred spaces too. Arrange altar tools or decor, in patterns that reflect desired numbers, like placing 4 items for stability and grounding. Numerology can be used in ritual structure. We can divide our rituals into steps that match the energy of, the focused number. And then lastly, I've got personal magical cycles. I think this one's kind of fun to do. We can incorporate numerology into our practices by, adjusting our magical focus based on the numerology of the year or month. Example, like, during a 6 personal year, we can focus on love, community, and self-care. And then daily energy too, right? Use the day's numerology for smaller daily spells or affirmations. So if you practice divination and use tarot decks, you're probably feeling a bunch of ties right now to all of this. And honestly, it's for good reason. Numerology and tarot are deeply, deeply connected. They both are systems that use symbolism and energy of numbers to convey some type of meaning, right? So in tarot, each card is infused with a numerological vibration that adds layers of interpretation, helping, to uncover deeper insights during the readings that we do. So numerology and tarot, each number in tarot carries a distinct numerological meaning. So aces, the number 1, this is all about new beginnings, individuality, and potential. See a connection there? Yep. Twos, they are all about balance, duality, and partnership. Yep, connection there. Threes are about creativity, growth, and communication. Okay. Fours in tarot, they are about stability, structure, and foundation. Yep, that tracks. 5 in tarot, this is about change, conflict, and adaptability. Yep, I hear you. 6 is about harmony, love, and healing. Well, that matches. 7 in tarot is about introspection, spirituality, and mystery. Again, right on track. 8, if you get the 8 in tarot, that is about power, abundance, and transformation. Okay, we're still on track. 9 in tarot, this is about completion, wisdom, and humanitarianism. Again, right on point with numerology. And then 10s are about endings that lead to new beginnings and the cycle starting over again, going back to the number 1. So the numerological meaning enhances the interpretation of each card, but we also have the arcana cards and their meanings in numerology. So the arcana cards are numbered from 0, the Fool, which I think last one of my episodes I was like, does the Fool have a number? But it doesn't. The Fool is 0, to 21, which is the World. They each have something significant tied to that number, though. So in Arcana with Tarot, the Fool, which is 0, it's about infinite possibilities and potential. Next, you've got the Magician, which is number 1. This is about manifestation and individuality. The High Priestess is number 2. This is about intuition and balance. You still see some ties, right? There's some consistency. Number 3 is the Empress. This is about creativity and nurturing. 4 is the Emperor. This is about structure and authority. The Hierophant is number 5. This one talks about energy that is change through tradition or belief systems. Number 6 is the Lovers. This is about harmony and choices and relationships. Number 7 is, what is 7? 7 is the Chariot. This is determined progress and self-control. 8 is the Strength card. This is about inner power, our own personal courage. And number 9 is the Hermit. This one brings the number energy of introspection and enlightenment. And then number 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, talking about those cycles, the destiny, and the wheel continuing on. So the numerological associations of the major arcana create that story, right, of spiritual growth and evolution. Now, using numerology and tarot readings, this one I think can be done in 3 ways. We can use repeating numbers for sure. So if several cards come up with the same number, right? They appear in a reading. Example, you get the 3 of Cups and you get the 3 of Pentacles. The energy of the number 3 is amplified. So you can look into that for numerology. We can use numerology and tarot readings for that life path connection that I talked about. It can help guide interpretations, aligning your personal numerology with the cards that are drawn. And then look for themes, right? If you're doing tarot readings, in spreads, the numbers can certainly highlight patterns or lessons, such as, a focus on growth if you get number 3, or stability if you get the number 4. I think incorporating numerology into tarot practice can help us by reducing numbers, right? In larger spreads, with I don't do often, but sometimes do, the sum of the cards can be added up to get an overall like numerological theme. For example, let's say you draw the lovers, which is 6, and the chariot, which is 7, and you want to reduce those down, right? 6 plus 7 equals 13. The number 1 plus the number 3 equals 4. So you've got something there talking about emphasizing stability and foundation. You can incorporate numerology into tarot practice by doing date-based readings. Use the numerology of the date for daily or situational tarot pulls. For example, like you could have a day with a numerological value of 5. It might encourage readings about change or adaptability. And then personal year influence. You can do this one with numerology in your tarot practice by integrating your personal year number with your reading to reveal, current life themes. It's fun. We can definitely blend numerology and tarot. I think by doing this, we can unlock a more layered, symbolic, and intuitive system for divination and certainly for self-discovery. But this integration, it doesn't just strengthen the narrative of the cards. I think it really does help align their energy with the universal vibrations of numbers. All right, so let's do some witchy work wishes stuff and pull some ways to incorporate numerology into our jobs, offices, and our corporate life. By incorporating numerology into your work life, you can, bring another level of alignment, focus, and intention to your professional endeavors. So I pulled a couple ways that we can use numerology in our work worlds. One is to use numerology to set goals and intentions. So tie your work goals to the vibrational meaning of specific numbers. For example, use number 1 to initiate new projects or leadership roles, right? Choose 8 for financial success or career advancement. We can set intentional timelines with numerology. Begin tasks or set deadlines on numerologically favorable dates that resonate with your goals. For instance, like let's say you were starting a big project on a date that reduces to 3. Well, that's perfect, right? That supports creativity and expression. We can use numerology to optimize our workflow, our daily workflow. Daily number guidance can be calculated by, again, that date sequence that I pulled before. I'll take January 5th again. So January 5th, 2025. 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 15. Well, we got to reduce down, right? So 1 plus 5, 15 reduces down to the number 6. This is going to align your task with the day's energy. So number 1, focus on leadership and new initiatives. If you pull a 4, planned, structured, or detailed-oriented tasks. If the day happens to be a 6 day, like January 5th, 2025, this is going to be about strengthening team connections or, manage collaborative workflow. And you can use numerology for meetings, honestly, right? Schedule meetings or negotiations on days with numbers that support communication, like the number 3 or the number 2 for collaboration. Now, let's see, we can create numerology-based workspace enhancements. This is going to be about like arranging your specific space to reflect specific numbers that align with your career intentions. Place, 3 decorative items on your desk for creativity. Use 5 plants or crystals to foster adaptability and growth. You can also use numerology in branding, right? If you personally run a business, consider incorporating numerology into your branding. Choose a numerological name or logo that aligns with your mission. Price products or services based on auspicious numbers like 8 for wealth or 6 for harmony. There's lots of little things that you can do to use numerology at work. And by, intentionally integrating numerology into your work life, I think you really can infuse everyday tasks with purpose and align your career path with those universal energies that I've been talking about, creating a more harmonious and successful professional experience. Before I wrap up numerology and the power it can add to our practices, I wanted to specifically talk about the number 3 and the number 13 and why those two numbers have so much energy tied to them in our specific witchcraft world. The power of 3. This one is significant to many witches because it symbolizes balance, harmony, and the interconnected nature of our universe. It holds both practical and spiritual meaning, appearing in many of our spell works, our rituals, and honestly, our magical philosophy. Okay, the spiritual meaning of the power of 3. First and foremost is the universal triads. The number 3 is sacred because it represents completeness and unity in many spiritual traditions. So some common triads for us are going to be like a mind, body, and spirit, right? The holistic integration of a person. It's going to be maiden, mother, and crone. The 3 phases of the divine feminine or goddess, symbolizing life's cycles. It's going to be about past, present, and future, right? Time's flow and the connection between all stages of existence. Spiritual meaning of power 3 is about manifestation and creation. In our practices, 3 is often seen as the number of manifestation. It represents the process of intention, our thought. It represents the process of action, our effort, and it represents the process of our results, the outcome. And then, for the spiritual meaning of the power 3, I think it ties to trinity of energy. It reflects the idea that energy sent into the universe, positive or negative, it returns threefold, often referred to as, the rule of 3. Right. Practical applications in our craft, in witchcraft, I think spell work and rituals is first and foremost, right? Spells are often repeated 3 times just to amplify their power and align with universal energy. Incantations or chants, they are often spoken in 3s to strengthen focus and intention. And then 3 candles, herbs, or symbols, may be used often to represent balance and unity. It's in our symbolism and tools, right? Triangles. They are used in magical symbols or drawn in protective rituals to invoke the strength of 3. Altar setups, right? They may feature, or if you have one like this, it might feature triads or of objects to honor the balance of forces. And then for our invocation and blessing, I think the power of 3 is used just out loud, such as by the power of 3, so shall it be, right? And then triadic invocations often are going to call upon the energies of earth, sea, and sky, or other elemental groupings. All right, what is the rule of 3? If you do not know, the threefold law. In modern Wiccan and honestly some other witchcraft traditions, the rule of 3 states that whatever energy or intention a witch sends into the world, it will return to them threefold, whether it's good or bad. Maybe that's not the right word, ill, whether it's good or ill. This law emphasizes ethical practice and mindfulness in our spell work. You do not have to be Wiccan to adopt the rule of 3. So magical associations of 3, numerology, 3, going back to our number, right? 3 represents creativity, growth, and communication. They align well with magical practices. And then sacred geometry, right? That triangle. It's a 3-sided shape. It is a powerful, powerful symbol in our witchcraft. So it's often going to be used in protection spells and, and to represent the elements. The power of 3 is a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. It really is about the importance of balance in our magical practices. But it's also about, the creative potential of our aligned intentions. It is both a practical guide and a spiritual philosophy that deepens the magic of our craft. Okay, the number 13. Sorry, I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but the number 13 holds profound significance in witchcraft. It ties into the moon cycles. It ties into feminine energy. It is often regarded as a sacred and powerful number, deeply tied to lunar rhythms, to the divine feminine, and to mystical traditions. So while sometimes I think misunderstood or, feared in mainstream culture, we typically embrace the number 13 as a number of transformation, mystery, and spiritual connection. This is not a situation where we are reducing it down to the number 4. We're not going to add 1 plus 3 to get 4 and that energy. 13 is a stand-alone number. So 13 and the moon. There are 13 full moons in a calendar year, approximately every 3 years, right? Highlighting the natural rhythm of the moon and its sacred connection to time and our Earth's cycles. In many ancient traditions, the year was actually divided into 13 lunar months, each corresponding to the moon's phases and energies. This, I think, reflects like a deeper connection to the natural world and, the cycles of life. And then the moon definitely governs intuition, right? So magic in the moon is a real thing for me. For me, it's about my intuition, my emotions, and my magic, making 13 an ideal number for rituals centered around lunar energy, particularly during full or dark moons. Okay, 13 and the feminine power. Well, the number 13 resonates with the cycles of the divine feminine. It mirrors the 13 menstrual cycles that occur in a year for many women. This connection, it aligns with creation, with fertility, and the sacredness of womanhood. It's about goddess worship, right? Many goddesses such as Hecate, Artemis, and Freya, they are associated with the moon and the number 13, embodying that empowerment, mystery, and transformation. Speaking of empowerment, historically, patriarchal systems stigmatize 13 as unlucky to diminish its association with feminine power and independence. So I think witches reclaim 13 as a number of strength and autonomy. All right, 13 specifically in witchcraft. That's going to really tie into maybe some coven structure. I think traditional witch covens often consist of 13 members, symbolizing, a balance between individuality and that collective power. I'm not a big coven person, so if I don't have that right, please let me know. But it's also about transformation in our craft, right? In magical practices, 13 represents the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new phase, much like the full moon wanes to begin a fresh cycle. Practices in witchcraft, I think 13 is about mysticism. It really is associated with mystery and magic and the hidden knowledge of the universe, making it a number of initiation and, of spiritual awakening. All right, what is the symbolism of 13 in our specific witchcraft practices? It's about death and rebirth. In tarot, the 13th card is death, symbolizing transformation, endings, new beginnings. And, those are all pretty essential themes in our practices and also in feminine cycles. Symbolism of 13 with lunar energy, it's just tied to the moon. It enhances our intuition, our psychic abilities, and our dream work. And then sacred rebellion, I think, witches embrace 13 as a reminder to defy societal norms and to honor the natural cycles of life and the earth. So I think the number 13 is potent in the union between the moon, divine feminine, and magical practices. It reminds us to embrace our intuitive power, honor the cycles of life, and celebrate the transformative energy of the sacred. Far from unlucky. You guys, 13 is a number of profound strength, deeply intertwined with the mysteries of the cosmos and, the rhythms of the natural world. A quick heads up. Friday the 13th is such a powerful day. A really powerful day full of like mystical convergence. It is rooted in ancient traditions. It's about divine feminine power and magical potential. For witches and those attuned to spiritual practices, Friday the 13th is a time of immense transformation, intuition, and creative energy. Now, for our upcoming year, for 2025, we only get one of them. So put it on your calendar. Be ready if this is something you want to work with, because it's a one and done for this year. So the calendar year 2025, there is only one occurrence of Friday the 13th, which is going to fall on June 13th. So this date represents a unique opportunity to harness the combined energies of Friday, a day that is associated with Freya, the Norse goddess of love, beauty, and magic, and the transformative power of the number 13, which holds significance in witchcraft and lunar cycles. Bookmark this episode if you want to, and I'll do a reminder once we get close to Friday the 13th for 2025. All right, the power it has. Let me talk about Freya first, even if this is not a deity you have worked with before. So Friday is Freya's day. We work with divine feminine energy on this day. So Friday is named after Freya, the Norse god of love, beauty, fertility, magic, and war. Her energy embodies empowerment, sensuality, and bold transformation. Friday is about magical workings. Fridays are naturally aligned with, like love spells, self-care rituals, and tapping into your creative and intuitive energies. Fridays are a celebration of feminine cycles. Freya's connection to the divine feminine really does make Friday an ideal day for honoring lunar rhythms and, feminine power. All right, let's add the power of the numerology and the number 13 into this. So, the power of the number 13. It's about sacred feminine. The number 13 is tied to the cycles of the moon and menstruation, emphasizing fertility, creation, and rebirth. It's about transformation. In witchcraft, 13 represents the completions of cycles and the potential for new beginnings, making it a number of empowerment and growth. The number of 13 in our practice is about covens and unity, right? This number symbolizes the collective strength, as, traditional covens were often made up of 13 witches. All right, let's combine the power. Friday the 13th. So when Friday, Freya's day, aligns with the number 13, the result is a powerhouse of feminine, lunar, and transformative energies. Here's how these energies combine. First one's going to be heightened intuition, right? Friday the 13th is going to be a day that amplifies psychic abilities, dream work, and emotional awareness, making it an ideal time for divination, shadow work, and connecting with the unseen. Friday the 13th has combined power for magical transformation. This is a time for rituals focused on rebirth, releasing old patterns, and embracing new beginnings. Friday the 13th and its combined power is about love and self-empowerment. Like, I love this aspect of it. Freya's energy enhances self-love rituals, attraction spells, and workings, aimed at reclaiming your own personal power. Combined power for Friday and the 13th, it's about lunar and feminine connection. So the combined lunar resonance of the number 13 and Freya's connection to the cycles makes it a powerful day for honoring the divine feminine within yourself or the world. So if you actually practice witchcraft and you want to know some good ways to, harness that Friday the 13th energy coming up in June, I would look at shadow work and, rebirth, like reflect on past challenges and use rituals to kind of release what no longer serves you, embracing that transformation energy. You can harness Friday the 13th energy in June by doing divination and spell casting. Perform tarot readings, right? Do some pendulum work or mirror scrying. Do something to gain insight or enhance your magical workings. Friday the 13th, this coming June, I would potentially do some goddess invocation, right? Honor Freya or other feminine deities with offerings of flowers or honey or whatever symbols of love and power you have that resonate with them. And then Friday the 13th, coming up in June, we can harness it by doing some type of collective energy. Join or work in groups. This can be virtually, right? Or in person. Do something to amplify intentions, honoring the traditional significance of the number 13 in our practices. All right, I know I just went on a tangent. Sorry. But those two numbers, the number 3 and the number 13, are pretty relevant in our, personal practices. So I really wanted to take the time to highlight the why so and you can incorporate that energy into your own personal practice if you want to. But back to numerology. Incorporating numerology into our practices really can be a transformative way to harness the universe's rhythmic energy, unlocking yet another set of tools for us to use. This really can be a profound layer of meaning and intention in every spell and ritual that we do. Numbers really do hold their own vibrations, acting as little cosmic keys, if you will, that open doorways to deeper understandings and manifestation. We might light those 3 candles, right, to invoke creativity. We might chant in incantation 9 times for manifestation. Or again, arrange our crystals or our candles in a sacred geometric pattern, reflecting the powerful energy of 7, right, for spiritual insight. Whatever you do, however you start to incorporate numerology into your craft, or maybe you already do, right? You are working with another layer of energy that just brings clarity. By aligning magical work with numerological cycles, such as the lunar rhythm of 13 or the universal vibrations of personal numbers, we create a harmonious flow between intention and the unseen forces of the universe. This practice, guys, it's more than symbolic, right? It really is a way of channeling focused energy with precision, amplifying the power of our spells and weaving our intentions into the fabric of reality. So with numerology as a guiding thread, I really do think our craft becomes an intricate dance of numbers and magic, deeply attuned to the sacred cycles of life and the cosmos. All right, there we have it. Now, I do have a poem for you today and our moon update, of course, for the week. I'm going to go grab those notes and I will be right back. All right, let's start with a poem because it's pretty cute. And I tried to grab all of the main numbers 1 through 9 on this one. All right, it goes. Numbers whisper secrets, clear and true, a magical language for me and you. In the realm of numerology's art, each digit holds a cosmic part. 1 is the spark, the leader's fire, bold beginnings and pure desire. 2 brings balance, a gentle pair, harmonies dance in a world that's fair. 3 is the muse, creative and free, painting dreams for all of us to see. 4 stands firm, a solid ground, structure and order where growth is found. 5 spins tales of change and flight, adventures call in the endless night. 6 is the heart, love's warm embrace, a nurturing hand in every space. 7 seeks the spirit's glow, mysteries deep and truths to know. 8 builds bridges, powers rain, abundance flowing like golden rain. 9 brings wisdom, the cycle's end, compassionate lessons to heal and mend. And don't forget 11's shine, a master's path both rare and divine. Numerology guides with its timeless lore, unlocking the magic in numbers and more. A witch's ally, a mystic's friend, the story of numbers has no end. All right, you guys, our beautiful moon, right now as this airs on Wednesday, January 15th, it's full. Well, okay, she was full. She was full on Monday and yesterday, but we are certainly still feeling it right now. Our first full moon of 2025. And this is our wolf moon. So the January full moon is traditionally called the wolf moon in many cultures, particularly in the European and Native American traditions. So this name originates from the belief that wolves were, more often heard howling during the cold, snowy nights of January when, food was scarce and the pack's bonds were vital for survival. So, symbolic meanings of the wolf moon, well, it really is about the connection to the wild. Wolves, they symbolize instinct, right? They symbolize communication and community, making this full moon a time to reflect on our natural rhythms and our primal energy. The wolf moon really is about survival and resilience. The harshness of January really does mirror the wolf's ability to endure challenging conditions, offering us inspiration to tap into our own inner strength. And the wolf moon is about pack bonds. The wolf moon encourages reflection on relationships, on teamwork, and how we contribute to and rely on our packs, whether they are family packs, our friend packs, or our spiritual communities. Now, for us witches, I think the wolf moon is an ideal time for rituals focused on resilience and strengthening bonds, embracing our intuition, much like, if I may say, the wolf's howl, right, echoes through the winter night. And if you are looking for a nice hot tea to brew during the wolf moon phase, I gotcha. A tea that I think would be really, really good for this type of energy. The wolf moon celebration, it's going to pull on the resilience, intuition, and connection to nature that I just mentioned. So a perfect blend would be combining warm, grounding, and spiritually attuned herbs to honor the moon's energy and, the wild spirit of the wolf. Here's a suggestion. I would grab chamomile, peppermint, cinnamon, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of lemon balm. I personally would throw a little bit of ginger in there and then maybe some dried rose petals. All right, chamomile. This is going to bring in the calming energy and our connection to our intuition. Peppermint, it really is going to be about, I know, I use peppermint all the time, but I still would use it for this one. It's about, awakening the senses and promoting clarity. Cinnamon, love, love, love. I would grab this one for some warmth, some resilience, and, a little touch of fiery energy. Rosemary, I would throw a little bit in just to enhance memory, protection, and, the spiritual awareness. Lemon balm is really good for soothing and uplifting the spirit during our winter's harshness right now. And then ginger, I personally love ginger. Just a touch, something to add a little bit of warmth and promote our inner strength. Dried rose petals are nice. You could use that for love, harmony, in connection to, to the heart. Combine a teaspoon of each if you have all of those and adjust quantities based on your personal preference. Boil some water, let it cool slightly before pouring over the herbs, and then let it steep for a good 5 to 7 minutes. You guys know me, I always mention I go longer, but let it steep while you are focusing on the wolf moon. And then strain, sweeten with honey, for a little bit of warmth and magic. But once you have your cup of tea, let's work with the moon's energy. So the full wolf moon right now, it is not just about like the wolf phase. It's a full moon in the zodiac sign of Cancer. So Cancer is a water sign. It is ruled by, the moon itself. So this placement amplifies the moon's nurturing, intuitive, and emotional energies, making it a potent time for us to tap into deep emotional work, like our own personal self-care and our spiritual connections. So this type of energy is kind of what you're looking to work with. I would focus on, let's see, we could focus on our emotional healing, right? Cancer's energy is tied to feelings and, our heart. This is an excellent time for releasing lingering emotional baggage and fostering your own inner peace. I would potentially focus on intuition and our, psychic abilities. Cancer's water element really does enhance intuition and psychic sensitivity. So, divination, scrying, dream work during this moon phase, well, they can all bring profound insights. While you are having your cup of tea, you could focus on home and hearth magic. Cancer governs the home, making this full moon perfect for spells or rituals that protect and bless your living space or strengthen those family bonds. So while you're having your tea, another thing you could focus on is self-care and nurturing. I think the core nurturing energy of Cancer encourages us to prioritize self-care, whether it's through a restorative bath, some herbal teas like the one you're drinking right now, or grounding practices. It's about self-care. The wolf moon and the Cancer full moon is about releasing and renewal. Another thing you could focus on if you want is just that, full moons are naturally a time for releasing, right? So pairing this with Cancer's themes of, letting go of emotional patterns or releasing whatever no longer serves you can help. Now, this full moon, this Cancer wolf full moon, is a water elemental magical time. So working with water in rituals, such as like charging moon water, performing cleansing ceremonies, or working with oceanic energies, right? They can be particularly powerful. And then connecting with ancestral energy, I think Cancer's natural ties to lineage and family make this a really excellent time for ancestral work or, connecting with the spirits of your own loved ones. Right, what can we do? Ah, full moon bath, certainly fun. Create some type of ritual bath with sea salt and moonstone crystals and herbs like chamomile or lavender, something to cleanse and nourish your own emotional body. You could do a home blessing, right? Use moon water or create a protection charm for your home to foster comfort and safety. You can shadow work during this wolf Cancer full moon. Reflect on emotions you've been holding on to and write about how to release them with compassion. Maybe you could do some family or ancestral rituals. Light a candle for your ancestors and meditate on their guidance, or maybe offer, gratitude for their support. You could also do some type of intuitive divination with this wolf Cancer moon. Use tarot or oracle cards, to seek guidance as your intuition right now is going to be heightened. So the Cancer full moon, it really is an invitation to embrace your emotions, honor your inner world, and just nurture yourself and your loved ones, creating a foundation of emotional security and connection. Either way, wolf moon, Cancer moon, under the luminous glow of this full moon, we want to celebrate our wins. So let the moon's silvery light bathe us in its sacred power. The moon, bright and radiant, it really does mirror the abundance and achievements that we've manifested. It reminds us of the magic within. We can light candles and let their flames flicker like the sparks of triumph. We can raise cups of herbal tea or wine infused with gratitude. However you do it, however you personally celebrate the full moon, be sure to recognize your own internal power, your own personal wins, no matter how small they may seem. A win is a win. So this full wolf moon, I join you in a chant of blessings into the night. each word carrying the weight of our hard-fought victories, our little wins for the week, the month, or what happened this morning, right? The weight of our whispered dreams coming true. Whatever it is, the energy is electric and grounding. It is a perfect harmony of wild joy and, serene reflection. So as the moonlight dances on our skin, we get to honor not just the external successes, but you know what? The inner resilience that carries us through the challenges. In this sacred full moon moment, it's nice to give thanks to the universe, to the moon, and to ourselves, knowing that our wins are the fruits of intention, of magic, and unshakable belief. So the full moon smiles upon us, her energy weaving through our circle like an eternal thread, binding us to our personal power and to each other. So thank you. Thank you, my beautiful witchy work wishes family, for joining me on this journey into the magical world of numerology. I am so grateful for each of you, for each and every one of you. Your energy, your curiosity, and your support make this space truly special. It's not just numbers weaving things together. We are doing it. So together, I think we are weaving intention and magic into every corner of our lives. And I couldn't ask for a more inspiring community to share it with. Just remember, the numbers are always whispering their wisdom. All you have to do is listen. All right, until next time, keep embracing the magic within you and know that I am sending you all of my love and gratitude. Stay witchy, stay wonderful, and as always, keep wishing big. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week and weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you for joining me today at Witchy Work Wishes, a place to find your weekly inspiration for bringing your personal witchcraft practice into your business, work, and office. For more information and additional content, please visit me online at witchyworkwishes.com. If you want to send me a personal note, please email me at info@witchyworkwishes.com. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Just search for Witchy Work Wishes.